You're over 30 and you want to start a YouTube channel. You maybe feel like you're an old age pensioner compared to everyone else on the platform. Maybe you feel like it's too late. Well, let me tell you something right now. Your attitude stinks. Nah, I'm just kidding, but I know exactly how you feel. I'm old. Why would anyone want to listen to me? But you've got to remember that there's a place here for everyone. And if you're younger and you're watching, you might even pick up some tips. So you don't end up like me. You don't want to get into your 30s and think, oh, we should start it 10 years ago. So one of the first excuses I always hear from older creators is, I don't have time. I don't have time. We've all got time, let's be honest. All you've got to do, you might not be able to just, you know, if you're 13 and you want to be a YouTuber, Mom, I want to be a YouTuber. No problem. You can have all the time. School holidays, do it as much as you want. But you know, when you get older, you've got a full-time job, you've got kids, a wife, a husband, a family. Maybe you're alone and you're a loser. That's fine as well. Just kidding, just kidding. But there's always time. That's what I'm trying to say. Now, there's different ways you can find time. If you're treating YouTube as a hobby, then you just treat it that way. And you're like, if I was going fishing, or I was into cars, how long would I spend on that a week? Maybe 2 hours. Maybe you play golf. Maybe it's like 6 hours. That's the time you've got each week. 5 hours is easier maths. And that's 20 hours a month to spend doing YouTube videos. I'm not recommending that because really it's ideal if you want to try and get at least one video a week up. Even more if you can. But there's ways I've found where you can eat into time, especially if you wanted to treat it like a business, you want to grow more. There's always time. So places you can find time, you can always cut back on the amount of TV you watch or YouTube. That's definitely something I've done. I've been like, I sometimes spend hours and hours and hours and hours watching. Don't stop watching this video because obviously this is different. But spend hours watching YouTube videos and I think, I should be making videos, not watching videos. There's other ways you can do it. Maybe you have other hobbies and you're like, do you know what, I could take a few hours. Shave hours off here and there. It's like writing. You could say, well, on my lunch break at work, I'm going to do a bit of writing. Or if your videos are like voiceovers, could you record a voiceover on your phone when you're at work and you write your ideas at night before you go to bed, when you get up and you're having your breakfast? It's just about, if you really want to do it, you'll find the time. I believe in you. I guess a good thing to work out is like, how many hours a week do you actually need to make a YouTube video? That's all the way from ideas generation, scripting, recording the video, getting all your equipment out if you don't have the space to have it set up all the time, editing a video, and then uploading a video, responding to comments, those kinds of things. Once you work that out, you can really divide it up and say, well, could I do my scripting when I'm at work on my break, or could I do my editing at night times when everyone's gone to bed? Only you know, but there's always ways you can find time. Could you cut down on some of the social media browsing you do? Right before I started this YouTube channel, I actually deleted my Facebook and everything. I was like, I need a complete clear mind to get focused. And I filmed about 5 long videos, 7 short videos. Concentrated, I was like, I don't want any distractions. And I really found the time to do that and to get a little bit further in advance. Something that might help you is called batch production, where if you say only got 1 day off a week, could you get your videos, say 5 videos or 10 videos or 50 videos, however many it might be. Don't want to go too many because you don't want to be tired. I tend to do 5 videos at a time because I don't have a lot of time. Sometimes I'll change my shirt, sometimes I won't, just depends how many shirts I've got free. If you do that and you can film 5 videos at once, then the rest of the week, when you've got the time, you can be like, I'm just going to chip away, do a little bit of editing. Can you script your videos in a way that maybe they require less editing? Could you just do 1-take videos? I don't know, it depends on the type of videos you're doing. Like anyone who starts a business, and if that's how you see it, you've got to treat it like a business and be like, if I was opening a fish and chip shop, I'd have to open it, put the effort in, hope that people will eventually come and visit me, until the point in the future you might turn over a profit. Same with YouTube. But like I said, if it's just a hobby and it's something you do for fun, you can easily find an hour or 2 hours a week. But if it's something you like, I really want to get like multiple videos up, want to do at least 1 video a week, that's time where you're like, actually, I've got to treat it like a business, take it seriously, find the time, split up with your wife, split up with your husband, dump your kids on your grandparents. I'm only joking, but there's always ways to find time. Now this one is something I don't have a problem with, but you might think you're not cute. Nah, I'm just kidding. It's something everyone thinks, oh, I'm not good looking enough. It is very difficult. I was actually talking to a friend about this recently. It's like people don't realise. They think, oh, you must be confident making YouTube videos. Not necessarily true. I'm here on my own in the room with the camera. I hate editing my videos. I always have the video player really small. It's like, it's not very nice sometimes looking at yourself. But you just got to get over it, because at the end of the day, it is something that the more you do, you're like, actually, I don't really care how I look. If you look on television and film, probably the most successful films in the cinema, like the Marvel movies, I don't watch Marvel movies, but most of them people in them films must be like over 30, over 40, in the 50s. How old's Robert Downey Jr.? Siri, how old is Robert Downey Jr.? Doesn't work. But I'm guessing he's in his 50s or 60s. What do I know? But he's old, like you. And if all these people can be successful in the movies, we can be successful here on YouTube. Because it's not about your age, it's about what you bring to the table. Do you have knowledge in a subject? Do you want to teach someone something? Do you want someone to learn? Or do you just want to share a good time? It's a really good idea, yeah. If people are looking for life advice, financial advice, or somebody just wants advice from someone who's like them, by you not starting YouTube, being an older creator, you're actually doing not just yourself a disservice, but the viewer a disservice. Like I say, there is people out there who are looking to hear from older people. And I definitely think YouTube is now at the point where it's not just young people who use YouTube, it's older people as well. Whether you're giving financial advice, life advice, whether it's entertainment videos, comedy videos, you don't need to be young to do that. Obviously, I do think it's skewed more towards younger people, but I think that's more because younger people have the time and the freedom to be like, I don't care, I'm just going to do YouTube until I make it. Whereas obviously when you're older, you can't necessarily do that. You've got other commitments, a mortgage, your rent, everything, car payments, whatever it might be. You've got to think, oh, can I actually afford to spend the time doing this? But there's always ways you can do that. What will people think? This is something everybody thinks about, I guess. You might care. What are people at work going to think? What are my friends going to think? What are my family going to think? The truth is, there's about 4 million videos uploaded to YouTube daily. The chances that someone's going to find your videos, unless it's under your name, it's not likely. But if you are worried about that, and it will come out at some point, or maybe you decide to tell people, some people will be like, that's cool. Other people will be like, why are they doing that? What a loser. And other people might just be like, oh, that's really cool. I've always wanted to do that. How did you get into it? You just got to think, if you don't start now, and you do eventually get the courage in 5 years time, 10 years time, you look back at this moment and think, wow, I thought I was too old to start YouTube then. Now I've started 10 years later. I wish I'd started back then when I thought I was too old, because now I'm really old. But you don't care. That's a good thing. With age comes wisdom. Am I right? I'm not wrong. Another concern might be that you're technically out of touch with technology. Ross, what do you mean by that? Well, what I mean is, you maybe don't know how to use a camera, you maybe don't know how to use lighting, sound, you don't know how to video edit. Well, the truth is, there's never been a better time to learn than right now. There's things like Google it. Do you know what I mean? If you use Google, just go to Google. How do I make good lighting for YouTube videos? How do I use my Canon camera? How do I use a mobile phone to shoot YouTube videos? How do I get good audio? How do I do all these things? How do I learn video editing? It's really easy. You can learn for free on YouTube, through Google. There are courses if you find someone. Maybe you know YouTube and you're like, I like that person. Do they have a course? Follow that person's course. I learned everything I know myself for free through YouTube. There isn't really an excuse. The best way to learn to do something is by actually just doing it. The more videos you make, the better you get. And if you just get 1% better each time, and in 100 videos time, you'll be 100% better than when you started. I personally find it really helpful if you break your learning down into as and when you need to know. So that's just the way I learned. When I started video editing, I was like, I'm going to film a video and then edit it. And if I didn't know what I was doing, I'd be like, how do I cut the video? How do I do that thing where you put a face in a circle? Or how do I mask a video? And I'd watch a video, I'd be like, oh, that's how you do it. And I'd try it. And it's like, oh, now I've learned something. Next time I don't need to find that out. And the more you do that, the better you'll get. That's just how learning works. You might think you're too old, but the truth is you're never too old. Just remember, you'll only ever be as young as you are today, so why not just get started, pull out that camera, switch your lights on, whatever you need to do, and start making videos. And if you enjoyed this video, feel free to watch the next one. Much love. Goodbye.